All right, here we go. We have real estate mogul and best-selling author Grant Cardone in the building.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. First time I've been called a real estate mogul. I don't even know what the definition of a mogul is.
I think you're the definition. You're definitely the definition of that.
No, but I've always wondered, what is the number? Is it a certain amount of units, a certain amount of square feet, a certain amount of money? I don't actually know what that term means, but...
Well, I mean, in some of your own videos, you've mentioned that you're worth $500 million.
No, I never mentioned that because I think the net worth...
You did mention that you said in that ballpark, $400 or $500 million.
Okay, all right. So I have control of $1.2 billion worth of real estate today. That will become a $10 billion fund. I'm 100% confident that we'll take that thing to $10 billion. So I don't know what that does from a net worth standpoint, but there'll be plenty of money to take care of life's challenges.
Okay, $1.2 billion worth of real estate, and I guess it's like 4,000 units?
It's almost 7,000 units since you read that little thing, so we're growing every day.
Okay, well listen, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Me personally, I'm a stock guy, and that's what I push.
Yeah.
But I could completely respect what people do on the multi-unit side.
Yeah.
And that's how you made a lot of your fortune, from what I understand.
Yeah, I just don't understand stocks, right? I don't understand a piece of paper. Like my argument is, why would I trade a piece of paper for another piece of paper?
Well, it's not a piece of paper; it's a part of a company.
Yeah.
It's a piece. It's a piece of a company.
Yeah.
Like if you and I became business partners, and I own half of Cardone Industries, it would be a piece of paper, but I would own half of whatever you made.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and start at the beginning. This is actually your first time here. Where did you grow up exactly?
I grew up in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Family of, I guess there were 7 of us, 5 kids. My mom and dad, both from Italian parents that came over on the boat. And my dad was, he was a stockbroker actually. Yeah, I'll tell you something really funny. My dad was a stockbroker. His last career before he died at 52 years old. I was 10. He was a stockbroker, and on the weekends, he would take the family out looking at real estate. How about that oxymoron? Or like, I'm like, wait a minute, you're a stock guy. On the weekends, why aren't we studying stocks? Why are you out shopping for real estate? So...
Okay, and your dad died when you were only 10 years old.
Yeah, he was. We were the youngest. My twin brother and I. My dad died at. I was 10. So the income that he was able to provide, he was the sole provider of the household. So that like the king, the provider, the guy that we were so dependent upon, he died, and left my mom in a situation where she was back. That's back in the 50s. 60s, I guess, and she's the housewife, the mother. She didn't know how to get money. She didn't know how to bring money in. So we went, this family unit went into total fear. Like if there was already fear in the environment, I'm sure you can relate to this. It escalated to like, okay, she sold a house the next week. The house he had paid for, she sold the following week because she knew she couldn't keep it up. She cashed all the death insurance, the life insurance, death insurance, cashed the money, grabbed all the money she could, and just tried to figure out, okay, how am I going to manage these 5 kids, feed them every day, keep a roof over their head. So, it was that environment, I think, has a lot to do with my commitment to trying to figure out my own financial freedom, not just how to buy another watch, but how not to worry every second of every day.
Okay, so here you are, 10 years old, and everything is going crazy.
Yeah.
Your mom panics and sells the house, and, she doesn't have a career, so she can't just go back into the workplace because she's been a housewife. And are all the kids stressed out and really kind of going crazy at this point?
Well, I mean, I don't go Dr. Phil on me, right? But I think what's happening, even as a 10-year-old, I knew my mom should have been in grief and she wasn't. I knew I was in grief. I was like, oh my God, I had this big loss. My twin brother, he's in grief. I mean, the family is in grief, but there's this underlying shift that something massive has changed. Now, if any family ever loses a breadwinner, right, or even 2008, look at 2007, 2008, the entire country went into mass fear.
Right. Right.
The fact that my mom had to downsize the house, she did the right thing, by the way. I don't think that she knee-jerked. I think she did the right thing. She dumped as fast as she could so that she could protect the family, right? It is the right thing that people do. People are out buying stuff that, she was cutting back. So I could feel this low-grade fear that did not exist just months before this, when my dad was bringing money in. And she didn't know how. She didn't know how she was going to do that. And the best way to bring money in at that point is to sell any assets that are paid for. Unfortunately, we still need a place to live. So, yeah, we could feel it. I think everybody could feel it.
Okay. But you guys get through high school, okay, and then you end up going to college.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So, and I'm getting the pitch every day that because I'm watching my mom. She never holds a job, by the way. My dad left enough life insurance money that she could literally manage the money. She was buying stocks, AT&T stock, any high dividend stocks she would buy. But she was worried constantly about those investments. She's watching them every day, Philip Morris stock, all the high dividend stocks back in the day. She was also earning 8 to 10% at the bank on the cash that my dad had left. Okay, this is back in the day. She's worried about the plumber, the contractor, the car dealer, anybody that she has to do business with. She's terrified. She's certain that they're going to rip her off. She didn't know anything. And when you don't know anything, as you know, you're worried about everybody, pulling the wool over your eyes and charging you too much. Again, the missing piece as I look back was there was no income coming in. So whether I was 13, 15, 17, oh, hey, you got to go to college. You got to go to college. I'm like, why? It's going to cost us money to go to college. You can get a loan, or maybe get a scholarship. I didn't get a scholarship. I'm like, why am I going to go to college? I ought to go earn money. And she's like, no, your dad wanted you to get a degree. So I went and did the college route. My life between 15 and 25 turned into total like dark chaos. And okay. I end up with a drug problem between 15 and 25. Serious drug problem, hanging out with the wrong people. I didn't want to be in high school. I didn't want to be in college. I'm not blaming high school and college on my drug problem, but I wanted to go do something. I wanted to help out.